Mishkake. That's the Swahili word for barbecued meat. Why I'm talking about the Swahili? Because if you go to Tanzania, you'll find Indian joints, Arab joints, Swahili joints, native. They all make barbecue. And in my opinion, the best ones are really the Swahili ones. And there's a reason for that. Of course, there's a personal reason for me also, but there is a reason for that. The Swahili cut their meat in very small pieces like this. And of course, there is fat there because fat is where all the flavor is. And they only marinate it with ginger, lemon, and some salt. That's about it. So we are going to do, this is what they do. And the reason, another reason that I love is the Swahili version of barbecue. I was born in Morogoro. It used to be, when I was born there many years ago, in the last century, it used to be a small town. A very small town where everybody knew everybody. I mean, we were kids, about 8 years old, we used to go distances, and our parents never used to be bothered because everybody knew who you were. So we used to know each other. Now, my father used to be a cattle merchant, a cattle farmer, and he used to have a chain of butcheries, about 5 or 6 butcheries in that town. And there was a guy called Jetta. He used to have a barbecue joint. And my father used to be his meat supplier. He used to come every day, take the bunch of meat that he needs. And my father used to give him some extra meat because in the evening he would go, or he will also take us some occasionally, and go and enjoy some mishkakes. And I discovered a few years ago when I went to Morogoro, I discovered that Jetta's grandchild has expanded the business. He's now even got a franchise in Dar es Salaam, which is about 200 kilometers away from Morogoro. And he has maintained his grandfather's recipe, which is the real Swahili recipe for the mishkake. All they do is what I've just explained: ginger, salt, lemon. And then there is a sauce that comes with it, which we will make later. But for now, let's cut some of this, marinate it for about an hour, and then we'll continue to the next step. So, marinated about 1 hour plus. Here we have, and one of the beauties of the Swahili mishkake is that, as we have seen, there isn't much of marination and a lot of spices and a lot of I don't know what, which makes it lose the taste of the meat, and you start eating only the ingredients that you have added to the meat. That's not the case. Now, usually this will be barbecued on charcoal. I don't have charcoal here. My barbecue is gas, so it's the same like this stuff here behind me. So I'm going to put this there, and then we will start making our sauce, which goes with this. And the ingredients are here. So let's put this for about maybe 20 minutes. We will check it and come back to it. 250 degrees centigrade, up and down. Okay, that's what I'm using here. For the sauce, very simple. Garlic, well, as you can see, I've got a lot of garlic here. I mean, I use garlic in everything I cook. I believe garlic is the most important part of any cooking. So we have garlic here. We have a little bit of tamarind juice, freshly prepared. Just a little bit of that. With some salt here. Some lemon. Okay. Add some salt, little bit of salt, and of course the most important part of this sauce, chilies. Can't do without that. So just cut them into pieces. And we will use some of this lemon. See, I never throw this lemon parts. I always cut them and use them either in the cooking, even when I cook. I throw in these bits of lemon because that's where the real flavor is. So, cutting this lemon, put it inside. Of course, this part we don't need. Inside there. And let's go and do it. Here we go. That's the sauce. Very simple, very quick, and of course it's got a very good kick in it. Got some cabbage and carrots here. I'm imitating exactly the way it is done in Tanzania. The Swahili version of mishkake. Interestingly, Swahili, as I said, Swahili and Arabic has got a lot of common vocabulary. In fact, the word Swahili itself is derived from Arabic language when centuries ago Omanis and Yemenis traveled to East Africa and they saw these people living on the coastline of East Africa. They didn't know what to call them, so they called them Ahli Sawahil, which means the people of the coast. And that's where the word Swahili came from. Swahili from Sawahil. Sawahil is plural of Sahil. Sahil means coastline or a coast area, and Swahili is the plural of that coastlines. And therefore the language of the people there, and in fact even the title or the name of the nation is Swahili, was Swahili. So you can see that there is a lot of commonality here. But when it comes to barbecue, they have got it perfect in my view, because the Indian barbecue, the Arabic barbecue, there's a lot of stuff they put in the meat, and you lose the taste of the meat. You start eating only the ingredients that they have added, the marination they've added, whereas the Swahili have been very loyal to the original taste of the meat. And this is what I'm trying to do here today. Okay, the moment of truth. Let's see how we have done. Okay, let's get this silicone here first, and then we get some of this. I think it's this way. Yep. And let's go in there and see what we've done. Oh, listen to that sound, man. Don't put it over, the second batch is coming. Look at that. Look at that. And now, keep this aside. Keep this aside. And how do we serve this? This is how we serve that. Here, I think we need to move this away a little bit. Yep. Now, of course, When you go to these places, you're not going to have three, especially if you're not going alone, which is the way you should. You should never go alone. You should go with friends. Okay, you go with your friends, and you enjoy, and you tell the guy who's preparing this, tell him, keep it coming. Don't stop until we tell you. And by the time you and your friends are finished, because the only thing you're having is this. There's no rice, breads, and all this, none of that. So, that's all you're having. So by the time you're finished, you realize, wow, what have we eaten here? Well, maybe about 100 of these, I don't know. Maybe more. Nice. I think. He could nailed it. That's a Tanzanian mishkake. Of course, if you do it on charcoal, you'll be doing a better job than I did. But stay loyal to the ingredients. Don't crowd it. Keep it nice and simple. And of course, you've got all this to enjoy it with. Danke. Bye.